Greetings, everybody. Greetings. Thank God it's Friday. Thank you for coming out, everybody. It's Friday. And you know there's never a dull moment on Fridays. This is the days that we have the most fun. There's something about Friday that's always the freestyle, fabulous, fun Friday. FFFU. Yes, everybody. Welcome to the village. Welcome to the village, everybody. Are y'all ready to have an amazing time? I am full of life, I am full of energy, and I am ready for whatever comes in these parts today. It's not always know on Friday. You just don't never know what you're going to get. It's like a box of chocolate. I just love Fridays, especially right here in the village. Because right here in the village, there's a whole lot that goes down. Shout out to Shades World. I don't see you on the screen, but I know you logged in. Thank you for your support, Shades World. Thank you for your support, Queen of Six. Thank you for your support, Sweetie Pie. Thank you for your support, Mr. Pie. I know that's right, Sweetie Pie. I am determined to have a good Friday. You know what I'm talking about? And sometimes when you come in on Friday, you don't know what you're going to get, but what you do know is it's going to be one whole good time up in here, up in here. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Welcome to the village, Fifi. I hope you're feeling better. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in and supporting your mama. Thank you, Fifi. Welcome to the village. Yes, I had to make a run earlier to grab me 2 6-packs of Pepsi. That's out loud. Hey, get comfortable, everybody, because I'm comfortable. We're going to be here for a little while. Yeah, put a smile on your face. I don't care what you've been going through today. Today's going to be an amazing day. And it's time for us to start logging in so that we can talk about some of the things that we got on the schedule to start doing to help one another. It's time for this village to go to the next level. And I am your queen, Godfather number one. And I promise you we'll get there together. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. That's how I need to rap. What a week. Yes, I have. Tell me about it, honey. But guess what? It's the right day at the right time for you. Thank you, Jesus. Let me tell y'all, right? I know I'm a little ahead of the game today. But hey, that's what life is all about. Be ahead of the game. Always be 2 steps in front, if you know what I mean. Villagers, the time has come. We have spent enough time idling, and it is time for this village to get to where we need to be as a unit. And I got the exact remedy to get us there. And I will tell you all about it as we get a little bit more people inside. But I promise you that I have things that I have set in place. Sweetie Pie, put the number in the chat. If you do not have the mock number, please make sure you have it because you're going to need it to call to get the number for the conference. It will not go into the live stream. So if you do not have it when she put it in the live stream, make sure that you get access to that number. It is officially 7 o'clock. and it's imperative that people learn to be on time. So we're going to get our live stream started, and as people decide to file on in, they can. But that's another thing that we need to get on top of people. This is a village. Don't come here and suck, suck, take, but you're late half of the time or you're not present. But then when something is wrong, you're coming in here and you want to be helped. And I'm going to say this too. I'm not the kind of person that say, oh, if you don't come, I'm going to take your wrench and all of that. But what I will do is block you out of here because this is a village that's supposed to come together and help each other. And if one or two people is in the village, it's not constructive, but it's not fair to the ones that are here and serving and doing what they have to do, that everybody else is benefiting off of the things they're doing for free. So it will be no more joyrides. The party is over. Once we put that conference number into effect, whoever is not doing what they have to do, when they come to log back in, they will see they blocked out. Because I am a boss lady, in case you didn't know that. And I will make sure that I make all of the decisions necessary to make sure that we do what we have to do and get where we need to be. And anything that you're doing, you have to be responsible, reliable, and dependable. And if you're not those things, then this may not be the channel for you. We're looking for people that can actually come into this. Don't hold on. Hold on. Boy, I'll tell you, there's always something in here. I got to pay attention when I'm talking. I know we all make mistakes, but you got to be very careful because some of your mistakes can be vital. Sweetie Pie, delete that number out of the delete the number you put in out, please. Sweetie Pie, I presently put you in time out. I'm gonna call you real fast. Sweetie Pie, I presently put you in time out. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Welcome to the village. In case you haven't heard, I am your Queen Love Bug #1. Welcome to the village, where everyone gets taken care of and no one gets left behind. This village is going to a different space now, and this village is getting ready to take on a whole nother lifestyle. So I want y'all to follow instructions. When Sweetie Pie returns, she's gonna put the chat number in the chat room, and make sure you log it down because only members will be allowed to the access that we're going to be talking about. We'll have a conference tomorrow at 4 p.m. And in that conference, you will be given strict instructions on what we will be doing to get to that next level. So even if you're watching on the playback, make sure you get that number and call if you're a part. If you're international, you don't have to worry about calling in. Whatever we discuss, I will update you and let you know what's going on, and we'll be able to collaborate what we got going on with what you all have going on, and we'll come together as one and elevate. So with that being said, Sweetie Pie will be back. I had the timer out so that I can take care of something real fast. We got that squared away. Thank you, Sweetie Pie, for all you do here. I know sometimes, every now and again, we misunderstand each other, but I appreciate you for everything you do to keep the world breathing and moving. So with that being said, we're going to wait on her to get back in here, and we're going to get on in here and have one awesome Friday. And if you didn't come here to have a good time, you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. It's Friday, everybody. Let's have a good time. Okay, she's back. If you don't have that number, make sure you get access of it. And it's time for us to really, really, really get started. Get started. Get started. The time is now. The time is now. And thank you all that I missed your messages and things that you were putting in as I was taking care of business and conducting business. Thank you all. Okay, we're going to get on the same accord right now. So y'all know we always pray to get on the same accord and ask God to come into our village. So let's all join spiritual hands and get on the same accord. Father God, we come to you right now, humble, grateful, thankful for what you've already done, Lord. I know for a fact that anything that you are putting together, it's just a matter of time before it's going to get to that next level as long as we stay in your will. And we're in your will, Lord. And we're going to follow strict instructions. And when we're following strict instructions, the only thing that can come to us is what is in your will. Father, we thank you. We thank you for keeping us. We thank you for all you do to let this village be a refuge, a place for healing, awareness, a place that people can come and be joined. But Father, do not let us stand in the gap for people that are selfish, that are not able to understand what a true village is. Because a village is not take, take, take. It's give and take. So bring people to this village and to our house that are going to be a blessing as much as we are, Lord. And let us continue to stay in your will and be a blessing to so many people all over the universe. Yes, I did say universe. The love that flows out of this village is universal, and it will continue to be universal. But Father, just thank you, thank you once again, because without you there would be no village. Father, put a hedge of protection 1,000 feet from this village. Don't let nothing in here that's not of you. And go out on that porch and not only sprinkle out there, but remove everything that might have made it through to that porch that's not of you. Take it away. Surround us with your Holy Spirit, your love, peace, and happiness, your unity and your harmony in the name of Jesus. And Father, forgive us for our sins in the name of Jesus. Amen, amen, and amen. Glory, hallelujah. Hello, pretty, pretty. Welcome to the village. Welcome on in. I want to go to the King James Version, book of Mark, chapter 4, verse 25. For he that hath, to him shall be given, and that he that hath not, from him shall be taken, even that which he hath. So the moral of the story is God bless the child that has his own. And that's something I want y'all to remember as we continue this journey. Welcome to the village, Justina. Thank you for coming in. Welcome to the village, Andrea. Thank you for coming in, sweetheart. I thank you all for coming in because this is going to be an amazing night. We're going to have one amazing time. I really love when we can get in here and really have fun. And tonight is Fun Friday, freestyle. We just enjoy ourselves. But we got a couple of ground rules I'm going to put out here because everywhere you go, you got to have some type of order. So there's no profanity. We don't use profanity here. And we respect each other. We agree to disagree in love. And we also have a good time and just get the bond with one another during these Fridays. These are the days that even after topic, we will hang around and talk about other things that y'all may want to talk about. And if there's any questions that any of you want to ask me, at that point in time, you'll be free to ask me. So with that being said, let's get down to the meat and potato of things. I want some activity in the comments. I want y'all to be engaged. When you come into this channel, I don't want a bunch of lazy people in the channel. I want people that's going to come in here and actually enjoy themselves and be able to, like keep up with what's going on and so on and so forth. And if you network with somebody, I don't even have a problem with that. But let's not get stuck in networking because there'll be plenty of time for us to do that. I'll talk about what we got on the table once again when we finish with the topic before we end, so that anybody that's interested in being a part of will be able to contribute, and we'll contribute because we're going to lobby around and we're going to take care of each other. Everybody is going to get taken care of. So as long as everybody do what they have to do, I don't see why nobody will be left stuck by themselves, because a village is unity and a family. And it's not just about coming in here and making sure I'm good, but it's about making sure the house is good. Amen. How many people in the house want to be more than good? How many people in the house want to get blessed? How many people in the house want to see their numbers start to go through the roof? How many people in the house believe it can happen? Say amen in that chat. Because you got to believe. That's your first step. In anything you do, you got to believe. If you're not a believer, then I don't know what to tell you, because I'm a believer. My faith is always high. I didn't get this far in life with low faith. I promise you I did. My faith is high, and I believe anything that God put in front of me, if I sit there and stay in His will and go in the proper order, and each and every one of you follow my lead, I promise you, you're going to say in 30 days, she was right. I promise you. And we just got to keep going in the same direction. And I know some of you are on other channels, and that's okay. I don't feel that no one has a channel restriction. Just because you are on a channel doesn't mean that you cannot be a part of what we're doing on this channel, as long as you find the time to commit both ways. Because you can't burn the candle on both ends and in the middle. But if you can find a way to orchestrate it, just like I try to find a way to orchestrate it and do what I have to do, even internationally, then it's all right. But our topic today is a very serious topic, and I want everybody to be honest, because this is a topic that I have been talking to several people about, and I wanted to bring it into the village because that's how I actually get a lot of my topics. If we keep talking about something, let's bring it in the village and see how the people feel, right? So I want to know from every last one of you, do you think that a real friend or loved one will post a bad picture of you on their social media or whatever page that goes out to the universe? And would it be okay for them to do that? Do you think it's okay to post a picture? I'll give an example so you understand what I'm talking about. Some of us party. We get out, we have a funky good time. And sometimes we get to throwing a couple back too many. And now you're sitting on the side and you might have had one too many looking like this or like this or just like, and someone is video recording you or taking your pictures. And the next day you find yourself up on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, every social media outlet that can possibly open up a door to you. And everybody is calling you, telling you that, oh, girl, you was lit last night. Woo, girl, you was looking crazy on that internet. And you talk about, what are you talking about? You ain't good, girl. They done posted every picture of you up, sliding out your seat, your skirt half up. You just looking a hot mess, or you either out there disco dancing the night away. And you know how when you get drunk, you can create some dance moves you haven't done in a month of Sundays, and everybody is just cracking up and they got their cameras going. And you thinking that you're the star tonight. Yeah, take my picture. Yeah, get it. And the next day, you want to bury yourself. You don't want to give yourself a funeral. Hey, Aquel, welcome to the village. Welcome, sweetie. Everybody say hello to Aquel. Aquel. And then there's those other pictures. You know how you taking a picture and you may be drawing an eyebrow and you tell your friend you don't got the other one on, you just have one, right? And then you tell your friend, you say, hey, how does eyebrow look? And you send them a picture, right? And they know better. And you know, women is good to do crap like this too. That will show you how trifling they are. And they post it up. And now you sitting up on social media all over the universe with one eyebrow looking crazy in these streets. And then they got the nerve to look at you and say, oh, you mad because of that? And I mean, it gets worse. It gets worse. It really gets worse. Let me ask y'all something. Have anybody in here, or is anybody in here willing to admit that someone have done that to them? You don't have to say the name, but have someone ever done that to you? From Mr. Pounds, that never happened to me, but it happened often, or what the person's intention was, oh, if it was to embarrass me, then it's on. But if it was meant to be funny, then it's all good. Wow. Pretty, somebody did that to your pretty self. That's when you know somebody just a hater pretty. And you know when you pretty, that's embarrassing enough when they trying to hate on you because they know everybody think you're gorgeous, you're pretty, and you look good. So then they want to try to let everybody in the world think, look, she's not as pretty as y'all thought she was. The nerve, you jealous, trifling, so and so and so. You should be ashamed of yourself. It happens. I done had some strange things happen in my life. I'll share it as we go along. Everyone, hope everyone. Inspirations, welcome to the village. Welcome to the village. Come on in. Come on in. I want to ask you this, pretty. Well, I call pretty saucy, pretty, just for y'all that don't know. Pretty saucy. A lot of y'all may not know her, but I think she has a beautiful spirit. And it's not just about being pretty on the outside, but she's pretty on the inside too. So that's why I call her pretty instead of pretty saucy. I just done gave her my own name because it's amazing when you are very pretty, but you have a beautiful spirit also, and she really do. So that's my pretty. I have a cousin who does that does this. Wait. I have a cousin who does this to family. Woo! And this worse when it's in the family because you don't never know when you're gonna get caught slipping. You know how it is when you hanging out with family. You get a little more comfortable. How many people done took their girdle and bra off and they having the time of their life, and next thing you know, you up on social media, titty swanging, gut laying. You just look at a mess. You want to hurt somebody. Thank you, my love. You're very welcome. Although I think there's a lot of beautiful human beings in this channel, I really mean it too. Everybody have their own little cuteness and sweetness about themselves. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And let me say this, right? Because I want y'all to really keep it real. We keeping it real today. We going back to the keeping it real stage, right? Have you ever took some pictures and you came out nice in some of the pictures, and then you came out looking fly? But it wasn't your picture. Somebody else had the pictures. And you keep saying, send me the pictures, and they won't never send you the pictures. But they posting pictures every day, everything except the ones you came out looking absolutely gorgeous. Touch somebody and say amen if that ever happened to you. I have a good sense of humor, but I will look at who posted it. If they are the messy type, then I'm going to pay them a little visit. And see, let me tell y'all something. I'm glad you said that, Pounds, because I think I can have a pretty good sense of humor too. And I'm willing to step out on the ledge and say that I'm a good sport for the most part. But if I'm looking absolutely crazy, strange, and deranged, that ain't funny. That ain't funny. We ain't laughing about that. I mean, you know, there's some fun pictures, and then there's some pictures that's humiliating. Nobody want to be seen down on the floor hugging the toilet. And now it's up on social media, and all the comments underneath was like, dang, what she had. And then what's even worse is when you don't even have one friend that'll help hold your hair back while you letting loose. You just throwing a ball in your hair, sliding all up on the toilet bowl, laying out in the floor. Everybody just got their camera going. You ain't got one real friend that's going to say, y'all stop. They said, hold up, let me get mine with my camera too. Get out the way. You've been filming long enough. Let me get a little piece of this. Your dress halfway up, all your cellulite hanging from underneath the back of your thigh. That's when you don't have that one true friend on your own. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Everybody done seen something like that happen. When then they got the nerve to tell you the next day, girl, you was twisted. Like, really? I know, I was hugging the toilet bowl half the night. Right, they ain't right. Fake friends, right. Love your lives. Thank you, Shay. Because I know I'll be telling the glorified truth. You know how you think you got some good friends, and you would think if you out somewhere and something go wrong, they'll help you out a little bit. Instead of laughing at you, you falling on down on the ground, you just skip both knees. Oh, look, she skipped the knees. Instead of somebody trying to hold you up a little bit, she fat. I ain't holding her up. Shoot, I got on my little outfit. She ain't gonna tear me down, flapping and falling all over the place. Ain't nobody telling her to drink all that liquor and gobble it down. You're just a royal mess. After they laughed and talked about you, right? And then they got the nerve the next day to invite you back over. Now they see you get sloppy. They want you back round two. They'll buy the liquor to get you sloppy just so they can do another recording and get their ratings up on their social media. They ain't never had one good rating to call their own, but now they got you, and you drunk as a skunk, and everybody that logged in to see it and calling other people, telling them or sharing you out. They ain't never shared nothing out on your page. But now you got your girlfriend on your page looking crazy. They just are sharing it. All of them went viral. And I mean, if you go viral, that's one thing. But who really want to go viral drunk? Well, you know how you sitting there talking to your friend girl, she done stopped by, and you taking your weave or your braids out, and you see her on her phone, you thinking she texting and calling folks, she over there recording your head. Now you look up, she done put it up on social media. Everybody going, goodness, I didn't know she was that bald headed. Jeez. You want to hurt somebody? You really want to hurt somebody? And I'm telling you, I have seen some crazy stuff. That's why I don't do them things. I got a 2-drink limit. And if I need anything more than that, it's time for me to head on to the house. Because, see, there's a rule, guys. If you get tore down in your own house, and somebody filming you hugging the toilet in your own house, then they got the problem, right? You get a hall pass if you tore down at home, right? You got to get a hall pass if you in your own house. You don't like it, go on home. I'm drunk. I'm home. I done made it to the crib. I have had family folks call other family folks to tell them something I did that was funny. Then they laugh at my expense. Folks will call me asking, fam, why do y'all do that? Now, there's some things that's fun. And you know, you do it as a family. Like I had this thing when every time we had an event, somebody fell asleep, right? It was never an event somebody didn't fall asleep. And I would always come with the recorder and say, let's see who fell asleep this time. And we would figure out who it is. And the next day they on the family record and sleep, right? But that was our little thing. We used to like to see who's going to get caught slipping. But I'm not getting ready to record you. You over there sleep. You done had one too many, your dress over your head. You got one sock on, your eyes going this way and your head going that way. I'm not going to do you dirty like that. I ain't going to do you dirty like that. Andre over there crying. It's better to be tore up at home. Yeah, so you get a hall pass if you at home. Because if you out in that street and you done got sloppy, oh my, that's what makes it interesting to everybody that's watching it. Because now they got to watch them get you out of wherever you are to the car. You already know that ain't gonna turn out too good. That don't never turn out good. And then they got the nerve to say, okay, can you walk? Oh, you messed up. You with the wrong friends. You with the wrong friends. You gotta know who to hang out with and go out with. You get out there, you can't stand up, you can't walk. They can't hold you up, but everybody got their phone going. And if you hit that ground, that's it. That's it. You know, you all right. As long as you don't fall all the way down, I don't care how much you lean and bob and hold on to a car too and make it to another car, you're still all right. But when you hit that ground, that's it. All bets is off. They all gonna stand up there cracking up and look at such and such. They from so and so and so. What they had was such and such and such. Yeah, and they had a couple of them edibles too. Look, all that stuff done kicked in. And if you know anything about edibles, right, you got to take it easy with the edibles. Because sometimes they don't hit you right away. And you be like, okay, I'll have another one or two. They didn't kick in yet. And then they all start to rotating around in you and grabbing each other and doing the double dutch on your behind. And the next thing you know, you are way past the rim. That's around with them edibles and drinks. So you got to know when to stop yourself and pace yourself too. Okay, Pretty said, I had a time where I had a party in my own home with friends. It went from it's a party to turn into a waiting to exhale moment. I was that drunk. Oh, I was over here crying. Didn't you just help me up off the floor? Can I walk right? Come on now, somebody get me a man. Somebody find some of them brothers that's hanging around and make sure they can help me. Somebody carry me. I know I'm a big girl, but I'll give you a couple of hours. Bring the car to the spot. Why I got to walk 2 blocks falling all up and down? Somebody go get the car. Geez, help me help you. I'm telling you, I have seen some crazy stuff. I'm gonna tell you something. Andrea said, pretty sounds like, oh wow. I'm gonna tell you something, right? If you go out with your friends and they treat you like that, and you go back out with them again, who got the problem? But I'm gonna say this too. If somebody call you up and they say, such and such, you are on every website drunk, right? And so and so posted you. And this is supposed to be one of your close friends. Would you still see them as a friend and say, okay, they got a sense of humor, this is the kind of stuff we do? Or would you be mad and look at them a little cockeyed? I know that is right. Yes, yes. I mean, we all can have some fun and do some crazy things, but you know, there's a certain look that a person have. They do not want to be on nobody's social media looking just crazy. And then if you do that same thing to them, it will be a serious problem. It'll be a serious issue. They would not like it. Sometimes I look and I'll be like, wow, what was they thinking? Even if you took a picture and you came out in the blink, and you know nobody don't want their picture posted when they done came out in the blink. Because no matter how pretty you are, nobody look pretty in a blink. Half of the time you're looking like you got the lazy eye and done had some Tylenol on one side and marijuana on the other, and that's the one they'll send up in the air. Post that one. She looks real nice. You know better. Okay, let me see some pounds. Me and my family friends talk about the potato salad dinner. I was so embarrassed to this day. I still apologize to the lady. Laugh out loud. True. Well, I got drunk one time, right? I was with some, family friends, my kid's godfather and his friends, right? And we was playing, dang, what's the name of that card game when every time you lose, you have to take a drink? But they was cheating, right? You see, they get mad, right? So I see they get mad when you do it to them. So I didn't know they was cheating. And every time I look, and then I shouldn't have been playing because they was actually serving gin. And gin wasn't my drink of choice. And if you know anything about that naughty head gin, honey, if you don't drink it, stay on away from it. And make sure if you drink it, you don't overdrink it because you get ready to be ripped. So I gets over there and they keep winning and I keep taking these sips. Now I don't know they throwing each other out yet, right? So after a while I started feeling sick. Mind you, I done came over there with my cute coat, cute outfit, just looking so adorable, right? I started getting hot. So I said, listen, I'm gonna step outside and just get a little bit of air. I should have just sat in my seat. That's all I can say. I went to try to get up from the chair. All I can say is it was not fit for a queen. Everything just came flying up. All over everybody that's sitting there. Then I was like, oh, okay, they trying to get me to the bathroom, right? I get in the bathroom. I'm throwing up, going all the way to the bathroom, right? Then I get in there. You would think I wouldn't have anyone left, right? That would be too good to be true. All over the bathroom. All this time, I'm just throwing up all over the place. So the mama come and she say, well, what done happened to her? So they was laughing. You know, people don't care. She just looking like that. She is all throw up on the floor. I'm hanging, my little poor little suede jacket. I'm thinking I'm cute and got throw up all up and down it. I don't know what all was wrong with me. So she said, well, did she eat enough? So they was like, I don't know. So she tried to help them. Y'all will help her back to the couch. Now I'm going back, falling, weaving, knocking all into their furniture, knocking stuff down, get back to the couch. Now they still trying to get me together, but I'm just too far gone. So she go in there, she fry some chicken, she bring the chicken. She said, well, here, try to eat this chicken. I start trying to eat chicken. Now I start crying. And now I'm just embarrassed to the phone bearer. You know, these people house at a card games. You know that's just embarrassing. You start throwing up everybody trying to clean themselves up and looking like they pray you don't have another outbreak. So I'm like, ooh, oh. And they like, can you make it home? Now, mind you, their house was adjacent to my home, right? But I was so drunk, I couldn't even get back up no more. I don't know if the chicken helped or not. The chicken was good, though, so I ate as much as I could eat. Next thing I know, here's somebody come with my mama. Oh, God. I don't even remember everything, but I just remember her coming and she was looking at me like, okay, you're going to get up. We're going to get you home. And I'm just like, Mama, I'm so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. When I tell you, I was so, like, it ain't nothing like you thinking you grown enough to get drunk and now your mama got to come get you out the neighbor house because you done went over there and drinking somebody's naughty had something you ain't never had a day in your life. You over there drunk and then Cooter Brown and his mama, and now your mammy got to come and get you. Oh, could it get any worse? Now I'm really crying because I'm embarrassed and I'm like, oh, come on. Why couldn't y'all just let me stay here and sleep it off? Right, not mama. Why would you go get my mama? What was y'all thinking? I guess they said, look, we tired of her throwing up, falling out in here. Where's her mama? Go get her mama. Oh. So now I'm back over to the house. And now I'm just so embarrassed I done cried myself to sleep. Because I'm like, Mama, I'm so sorry. I'm so embarrassed. And she's like, that's okay. That's all right. The next day I woke up, I'm telling y'all, I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to go outside. I was bed. And then on top of it, they got to call me the next day and talk about, oh, you coming to the car game? Back then, right, I wasn't saved. That's all I can say. So y'all know I was using some pepper sprayed words, right? Y'all don't get up my MFing phone right now calling me to come make another fool of myself. The only thing was in my favor, right? Back then, they didn't have all this technology that they have now. Whew, thank the Lord. You see how he'll take care of us all. Whew. I'm telling y'all, I learned from that experience. I ain't never been so embarrassed. It is nothing. Trust me when I tell you, like your mama, good old sweet mama, got to get up out of her home and come to the neighbor's house. And now, mind you, it would be too good to be true that all the people are sitting in their house. Everybody's sitting outside. This is nice outside. I'll come out drunk as the stuff. How's you got cut off? Call back. Hey, Sizzles, welcome to the village. Hey, sis, come on in. So now, call back, Pounds, if you hear me. Now we're sitting there like, come on. And I told him when I did get myself together, I said, don't y'all never call my mama no more. Gee, you looking so pretty, Queen. Thank you. I'm humbled. Hello, everyone. Hey, Sizzles. What's up, Sizzles? Let me tell y'all, that was Pounds calling. Call back, Pounds. I guarantee y'all, the shorts God can make it rain. Pounds, call back. This is getting ready to get even more interesting. And it ain't nothing like having to come out of somewhere and all your neighbors is looking like, what is going on? And it's even worse when your mother got to come get you. And now she holding you. So you trying your best to walk because you don't want to be slinging your mother to the ground in front of everybody. And then I lived on the 3rd floor. So now I'm on the stairs trying to go up these stairs and just say, oh, oh. Y'all think I was breathing hard walking today. It was serious. It was serious. And I'm telling y'all, I never got like that ever in life. I promise myself. If you don't drink something and somebody is serving it, go on past it. Don't drink that. If you go out, like some of my friends up in New York, they drink 1800 and all of that. That's a little too strong for me. I'm an amateur. I'm a wine cooler and daiquiri girl. So let me stick onto my little Malibu or wine cooler. I'm not going to try to act like I'm stopping with no big dog and be drinking no Hennessy. And the next thing you know, I am the hen they seeing. Yeah, you do have to eat. And I had a little something, but what I had wasn't holding all that liquor. And I should have knew better. Plus, I don't know why. I'm not good with that gin. I tried it again, and the same thing happened. I was like, okay, I know to leave that alone. It's 3 a.m. here, sis. We'll leave it running. Okay, thank you. Thank you, sisters. I'm going to hit you up because I'm going to have some things going on, and I'll update you between now and Sunday. But thank you for coming in and supporting. We love you, Sizzles. Hello? Okay, I can hear you now. I couldn't hear you before. Greetings. Welcome to the village. Thank you, Sizzles. Can y'all hear Pounds? Okay, go ahead, Pounds.
Okay, it was family function. We had rented the car or whatever. It was a bunch of cancels and maybe significant others. So, on my end, I thought the food was catered. I didn't know that some of the food was catered and then some people brought food they feel. So we had need the family prayer or whatnot. So I got up and went to the restroom. So this dude was in the restroom with me. I was washing my hands and he was like, what's going on with you? I introduced myself. And he was like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, bro, did you taste that potato salad? That was horrible. He was like, what is it? I was like, man, that stuff tastes like outpost and sweet shops. It tastes like corn pickup. I was like, whoever made it, like, who put walnuts and grapes in potato salad? I said, I'm sure it's somebody who don't have common sense. I'm like, they should just go on and donate the potato salad and use it for raid to kill rats and roaches. So he was like, yeah, I feel you, bro. I said, did you eat it? He's like, I ain't tasted it yet. I'm like, man, save yourself the trouble before you eat that potato salad. Go get, make sure your insurance paid up and all of that. I think it's horrible. Potatoes is hard and it's runny.
But once you start eating potatoes and they not done, that's a deal breaker. You're supposed to trash
that. That's what I'm saying. Like the potatoes, like I was eating potato chips dipped in mayonnaise and stuff. I was like, whoever made it don't have common sense. We get back out to the banquet and we all sitting down and we eating. So my cousin, he stands up He was like, I want to make an announcement. He said, but before I make the announcement, I want my wife to stand up. So there's a little, she wasn't old, but there's a little lady stand up, and she's crying. And she says, I just want to tell the family that my intentions was good, but according to Mr. Pound, I'm not worth anything, and my potato salad tastes like horse chicken. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Hold on a minute. So everybody names on me like Mr. Pound, so real girl. And she cried, she said, I would never come to y'all banquet again. I'm so sorry. I just wanted to break the ice. And she thinks my and so my cousin stands up and he was like, yeah, man, he was like, telling me in the bathroom, he was telling me that my wife don't know how to cook, that the chicken is tough. She probably don't have no teeth or nothing. She got to be a man to steal the chicken, the potatoes. And true story, this little lady, got her potato salad with tears in her eyes, and she left. So everybody jumped in here and looked at me. And my heart said, you are one low down, sneaking grass. Seriously.
Wow.
So I just wanted to bring it up. My apologies. We still talk about it during family function. They still married. Me and her we cool now, but that's how I first met her. And,
wow.
I just wanted to bring up when you know,
Jazz, how embarrassing.
I did not know that I was talking to her. My cousin didn't say nothing. I was saying that I would have never said that if I knew that that was his wife. I would have never said that. I would have kept everything to myself. And I tried to clear it up. I was like, so I was like, so what you mean the potatoes is hard? I was like, well, you know, my gums and stuff. It probably wasn't really hard. It's not.
Just be quiet. Just hush.
So my cousin was like, no, that ain't what you said to us. You said you'll be better off when you chew on the rock than to eat her potato salad. That's what you told me. So everybody would call me. What you doing? I'm like, I ain't doing nothing. You should be out there to put you with them snakes. Because that's what you need. But lay down snake.
Wow.
Jesus, that's the real. So anyway, that's what I wanted. God bless the village. Y'all take care.
Well, thank you, pals. It's your crazy self. Night, night. Let me tell y'all something, right? Everybody got that family member. I'm not going to say no names because I ain't getting myself in trouble tonight. That can't cook the same nobody life. And don't you get annoyed when you having family functions and they want to start cooking the stuff that you want to taste right. Like there's certain things when you come to the family function, let's start listing them. What are the things that y'all like that you don't want nobody messing up? I'm going to start off with the macaroni and cheese. Don't you mess up that macaroni and cheese. I'm going to be mad because that's one of my favorite dishes. Now you done let so-and-so and so that we already know can't make no macaroni and cheese. Everything looking white and it's not white macaroni and cheese. And now we're standing there like, oh, come on. Who told them to cook this? Then you got the collard greens. Stay off the greens, stay off the greens, stay off of them too. If you can't cook, just take the time out. You bring the sodas and the cupcakes or something and buy those. Yeah, not the macaroni and cheese. That's like the signature dish. If you can't make some good peas and rice, stay off of those too. Hey, mom, let somebody that can make them make them. Because it ain't nothing like seeing a pan of peas and rice and being like, what's that? Oh, that's peas and rice? That look like mashed potatoes. We ain't eating that, we ain't eating that, we ain't eating that. So stay off the food if you can't cook. And if you frying chicken, I know some people like to make their fried chicken without flour. But if we having to get together, put some Aunt Jemima flour on that chicken. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing. Let Aunt Jemima in the house. Do not mess up the potato salad, and please don't put grapes in it, doing too much. Yes. Even the pastor for the family called me and said I need to go to church immediately so they can lay hands on me. The queen, I agree. If you can't cook, then buy the drinks and the cupcakes. Yeah, get up off the food. Get up off the food, because, hey, y'all know, I can cook and I can eat, and I want to do both. And when I get there and I'm tired out and done been dancing and it's time to hit the pans, I want some good food in there. I'm funny about eating everybody's cooking, family included. Amen. I will be at your function supporting you all day long and not eating the one thing. See, I got a trick to that, Queen. You bring enough of your own food that if things ain't looking right, you get a little bit of your stuff and go sit on down. And it's not like the ones who can't cook always wanting to bring the most of the food. I can bring that too. Mm-hmm. Oh, I make a mean. And you trying to be nice. No, you made enough. You don't got to bring nothing else. Matter of fact, since you've been volunteering yourself, you don't got to bring nothing but yourself. I'll be doggone if I'm going to be out there walking on calories of some nasty food. I got to get up and exercise, and now I'm mad because I didn't even enjoy the food. Okay, Lord, I done abused myself. Let me go out here and take a walk and try to burn some of these calories off. We ain't doing that. We got to get some good food. If you got to leave the cookout and stop at KFC, something wrong. That's the crazy. That's crazy. The ones that can't cook, it's always the ones that want to prepare the food. If your ministry is not in cooking, then maybe you should just put the one who compliments the cooks. Yes. And then they get mad at the ones that can really cook. Why you get mad at them? Your food ain't even the right texture, so we ain't touching that. You know how sometimes you open up a pan and then have foil over it or the little foil layers? You be like, oh no. You haven't close that layer. You be like, oh no. Somebody be like, what's in there? You be like, look, I don't know what it is. You can't even identify what it is. And they open it up and they do the same thing. Oh no. By the end of the party, that's the fullest pan in the party. You'd be like, well, who bought that? After that, they be mad because I want to take this with you. We got enough stuff we lugging. You take that on back to the house. You and your family eat it, right? Or carry that on back to the house with you. The whole pan, and ain't nobody even dipped in it. Even the kids looking in there, what in the world is this? You want a little bit of it? You'd be like, oh my goodness. If you can't cook, you know you can't cook. And then they got the nerve to be telling you what all they put in it. Like, if you really care. We don't care what you put in that nasty pan. Whatever it is, you might have should have kept some of it out. And that's another thing when people be overkilling the food. Okay, it's okay to add a little extra cheese. We love cheesy stuff. Add a little bit of extra seasoning. But don't just take the curry and just have it looking like the whole pan is out. Now everybody's sick. My one, I could not cook to save my life. And she would always make pancakes, and it took an hour to cut through them, and syrup would dry up about time you would eat them. Oh no, your aunt. Oh no. And see, that's a whole nother subject. Don't you make no pancakes if you don't know how to make pancakes, waffles, and stuff like that. Stay off of those too. Because it ain't nothing like a bad breakfast to start your day off on. You don't know how to make pancakes, just give me my banana and raisin bran. I'll take that. But you know, my son had a baby shower and the sister-in-law cooked the macaroni and cheese and it was soupy. Ooh, stoner, stoner. You should be stoned for messing up that macaroni and cheese, sister-in-law. Don't you dare, don't you make them up. You stay off the macaroni and cheese for the rest of your life. Ooh, for real. Please don't mess up the breakfast food. Right. We just starting the day off soup. We laughing my butt off. Yeah, see, it's certain food you can't even fix. You can't say, well, let me see. We might could take that in the kitchen and fix it. It's a little soupy. What you gonna do with that? Redrain it and start over? By the time you do all of that, you can go on in there and make a whole pan yourself. Or the food not done. You go to the cookout, they just a cooking. You get the biting inside and blood on everything. You be like, yo, all of this stuff is half raw. Pre-boil your meat, hello. Season your food, hello. Some folks just take the food out the pack and just start packing it on the grill. They wash nothing, season nothing, nothing. Just throwing it on the grill. You be like, yo, y'all ain't gonna rinse them off. I don't care if it's hot dogs. Rinse them hot dogs off. They sitting in hot dog water. Oh, these are right. Sausages. Oh, these are right. I ain't eating that. Say, come and get it. And we would act up like we would sleep. You better play dead, not sleep. Oh, no, Lord, too, just stay home, right? And if you know that you can't cook, just say, listen, I can't really cook like that. So I'm going to just give y'all something on the food or bring the cups and the chips and stuff. Don't you get on that food. And then they the one want to take everything home and they snatching up all your stuff and leaving all they nasty stuff. Right, if it's raw too, just stay home. You didn't benefit this barbecue no kind of way. And don't have a family affair and then somebody say, well, don't worry about it, I'm gonna make everything. And then you get there and 50 people. I've seen that too. And now they're giving everybody a dot of everything, and you're looking like, wow, this ain't enough to eat. Some people family love their cooking, so they think they could cook. But the outside people will not eat it. That is the truth, child. You be like, wow, and then they be the one that want the biggest pan. You're like, oh no, we can't eat this. And you don't want to be mean, so they come in and they be like, well, where you want me to put this? And you be like, you really want to say in the trash can, and you be like, um, just sit it over there. Then every time somebody come to get something there, open up the pan. We got some such and such over here, and everybody be like, okay, and then keep on getting up. They don't want that food. She'll be right back. Okay, I didn't see her. Thanks for telling me. I'm a very picky eater. I look at fingernails and their clothes, and ooh, Lord, why did you bring up folks' house? Ooh, oh, have you ever been somewhere and the food was prepared good, but you look at that house and be like, oh no, we can't eat nothing up out of here. This house is hit. And they be the best cooks in the world, but you be like, we can't eat. Roaches everywhere, dirt everywhere, everything all over, the garbage can running over, and you just be going, well, y'all ready to eat? Not yet. Y'all ready to eat? Well, I'm not ready to eat yet. Y'all go home. Y'all go ahead. Don't wait for me. Well, you want to take a plate? What you? Oh, no, I'm full. I've been full all day. You can't wait to get out of there and pull over somewhere. You be eating the cotton up the car. Yeah, you got to really be particular. And then on top of the whole thing, they're the ones that will be the first ones to volunteer themselves. You'd be like, oh no, we ain't doing that no more. But would you post it? If you seen some food that was really crazy, would you actually post the food? Like, look, y'all, this a pan of such and such. How many of y'all would eat this? And do you get a whole pass for posting the nasty food? No, we ain't doing it. You would post it, sweetie pie. I ain't posted it. But somebody may say, yeah, she probably one made that nasty looking food. Look at it. Just running and dripping all over the place. Because I seen some stuff right here on YouTube, and I'd be like, wow. And they be just talking and cooking, and I'd be like, they really think that food look good. It don't even look the right color. Sweetie pie, I'm just saying, because if something don't look right, I won't eat it. But don't eat everybody cooking. No, you can't eat everybody cooking. You really can't. I learned that at a very young age. Mm-mm. And then you don't really know how everybody rolling out either. Some people be cooking the cat all up in the kitchen, the dog all up in the food, and you don't know it till you happen to stop over their house one day and see the cat on the sink, licking from the faucet, all up and down, and you be like, oh no, I've been eating out of it. They done been bringing me food and see, that's why you really can't be eating from people. Yes, I'd be upset because I love to eat and I'm talking, taking your word and then you trying to kill me? Right. Mm. So do any of y'all have anything that y'all want to talk about tonight? I always come in here and talk about topics that, I get or that I create. But is it something that y'all want to share tonight? Sweetie Pie, put the mock number in the screen, 980 number in the screen, so that we can run it for those who may not have been in here that may want to call in to get the number for the conference number so that we can actually have a conference. Let me ask y'all something. How many will be able to attend the conference tomorrow at 4 p.m.? If you can, say I can. If you're not networking or growing your channel, it's not imperative that you attend the conference because this is really for people that's growing their channels and trying to get to where they're trying to go. We would like to know what your goals are and what we need to do to get you there and things of that nature. So that's what that phone call will be all about. So if you can actually do it, let me know. And if you can't do it, let me know. And if you're watching this on the playback, leave a comment if you're able to do it. That way we know if we can do it tomorrow or do it another time. Now let me ask y'all, if we cannot do it tomorrow, how many people can actually do it on Sunday at 4 p.m.? Because I'm really just trying to get this over with so that we can kind of have an idea of what we're trying to do to get everyone where they need to be. And then I can take that information and take it international and figure out how we're going to be able to work hand in hand with the ones over there and their channels. And to Shay's World, I know that you and a couple of other people are not in here right now, and I know that some of you will be able to work with us. So, okay, so I think Sunday will probably be a little bit better at 4. So we're looking at Sunday at 4. If anything should happen to change between now and then, I will be sure to let you know, and we'll take it from there. But we're going to be able to do some things to just put some stuff in place. And between now and then, I will reach out to a few other people that's not in here and let them know what's taking place and let them know what to do so that they can attend the conference and be able to get whatever we have to get accomplished. And my goal is to get everyone to their goal. And if we're all focused on getting each other to our goals, I don't see why it wouldn't happen. I do believe we have enough people between us and our internationals to make sure everybody gets taken care of properly, as long as everyone is fair. And I trust that everyone that's in this room right now will be fair. And if the other side is just as fair, then we should be fine. And I wanted everyone to have the same opportunities. But what we have to do now is stop worrying about other people and start focusing on what we need to do and just keep going in that direction until we get to where we need to be. And then we'll figure the other stuff out. Okay, it's looking more like Sunday, guys. Can we do Sunday at 4? I'm looking at Sunday. That way I want everybody to be comfortable because we just really created this today and I want to be fair. You know, some people may have some things on their calendar already and we're going to be able to move around and shift and shake and make sure everybody is, able to be fairly elevated. There's some of you that have goals that's not that difficult. And then some goals are a little bit more difficult, but they're not unreasonable. And we will figure out what we need to do to get you there. And we will get you there. And we will still live stream. But another thing I wanted to tell y'all, which I'll just tell y'all the stuff in the meeting. Okay. Okay, I'll tell y'all the stuff in the meeting. We're going to have some changes going on in the village. And changes are going to be to better position us. We're on our way. We're on our way. I was in contact with quite a few people today internationally. And as y'all know, Sizzles is one of them. And I have quite a few more that on the other end is waiting for us to just put ourselves together right in-house. And once we can get what we have to do in-house situated, then we can bring it to them and we can collaborate and get you off the ground. Is it anyone in this chat right now that do not know how to drop a link? If you don't know how to drop a link, say I don't, so that we can see where we at with, all the things that we have to get accomplished. Okay. There's a lot of different things that we all will learn. A lot of us are kind of new YouTubers, and we actually have to start creating different things. Okay, now, and making our own profiles a little more solid and things of that nature as well. And each one teach one. Each one teach one. And that's what this is about at this point. Teaching you all, teaching us all, excuse me, how to accomplish the things that we have not accomplished and how to use our time for all of us that's sitting home and there are times when we're doing absolutely nothing. Then we'll learn how to take that time and use it to get everybody where they need to be. You can do it in your sleep. I'll show you. You can really do some things in your sleep. And I believe everybody is going to be all right. I do. There's always a method to the madness. And whatever you do, just keep going. Don't ever quit. No matter what happens, keep going. If you tap out, I always tell you, you tap yourself. itself out. Just keep going forward, keep going forward, keep going forward. But I think for us, we're in the wrong time zone. And once we get into the right time zone, we're going to be all right. Because everything is really timing. And being able to connect with the ones that's connecting with you. And once you figure that out, everything else will work itself out. And figuring out what we each need to do to assist one another. And it's simple, just small adjustments. You know how your car start acting up and you drive it and the wheel keep going, and you say, dang, what's wrong with this car? And then you take it to the mechanic and he said, oh, you just need a wheel alignment. We'll give you a wheel alignment. They give you the wheel alignment and you start the car up. No more. So it's the same thing, just adjusting to what's working in our best interest. I know it's hard for one who started. I know it's hard for the one who started YouTube. Maybe, maybe not. Because I'm going to tell you something about YouTube that many of you probably haven't even thought about. I don't think anything is difficult on YouTube. Everything is possible right here for every last one of us. We get the same, excuse me, we get the same 24 hours to do the same thing everyone else is doing. When you're new, the only difference is finding consistency and finding the right fit for yourself. And I'm going to tell y'all now, this channel is going to have some challenges because of the kind of channel it is. There's no profanity here. There's not a lot of sexual talk. And although we may, get a little edgy sometimes, we do have order here. We're not out of order and we're not out of control. So if you're trying to keep order, you're not going to keep crowds of people because most people want to go where they can kind of cut up and say this and do that. And it's okay. I don't knock what no one do on their channel. That's why everyone have a different channel. And it's okay to be that if that's what you want to be. But that's not what I want the village to stand for. And I promised God that I wouldn't sell my soul for no reason. And I promised myself that I would leave before I sold my soul. Because I came in here with a good spirit. And I came in here, with a good energy. Excuse me. And I'm not going to lower my standards as a young lady or compromise my integrity to grow. I will not do that. So we'll find other ways. Always see the test that's put in front of you from the Lord. Are you willing to compromise something? Excuse me, I don't know why I just keep coughing. Are you willing to compromise something to get where you're trying to go? What are you willing to compromise? And if he called you tonight, are you prepared to go to that everlasting? So that means more to me than anything else. We could be a little edgy, and there are times when we're a little edgier than others. And it's okay. I had a topic for tonight, and I'll bring it another time because, it's a very delicate topic. And I was like, ooh, but we do handle a lot of tough topics in here very well. And, excuse me, you have to be mature enough. Yeah, I'm okay. To handle those tough topics. I don't know why something is making me cough. Maybe something I blew up into my windpipe. Something. But either way it actually goes, I just dropped somewhere. Thank you. Sweetie Pie, you have very nice channel. You have some great items that you purchase. The only thing is, I cannot find the items that I have. Wow. But see, that's the thing, right? Everybody's channels are different, but there's no reason why you can't support one another in each other's channels. If someone channel may not be exactly what you have going on, it's okay. I go in a lot of channels and it's not exactly something that I got going on or I actually do, but I'm always open to awareness, to learn something. And all I ask for is respect. I don't, you know, criticize or bash people's channels and stuff like that. People do what they want on their channel. And, everybody is different. So you just have to stay or go. If it's a little more than you bargained for, there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it is. And you say, okay, that's not the channel for me. But it don't mean that you can't still go by and press like if you want and leave a comment just to support them as a person. Because everybody is not going to always have the kind of contents that you may, be comfortable with or just attached to. This village is not for everybody. There's too many restrictions. And sometimes if you used to go where you can let it rip, this is definitely not going to be the place for you. You cannot just let it rip here. You don't never know who I have on the outside that's in the porch just watching. There's people that watch this stream and they never come in. They never say a word in these comments. But every single day, they're on the porch watching. As soon as I load it up, you'll see, well, dang, it was only this many people in here. But wow, how long those people got on the upload already? Because they're on the porch just watching. And it's okay if that's where they feel comfortable to be. And they just like to watch. Some people don't like to talk and chat. They just like to sit back and watch the stream or watch it on the playback and enjoy themselves before they go to sleep or when they get up in the morning or when they way to work. Some people, they just play it out. But I don't never want to have it where if my mom, my aunties, my bishop, and people of that nature is actually watching it, it's just so out of order where they're looking at it like, come on, I know this is your channel and you can do what you want to do, but you can't just be doing all of that. And you got elders and people that you have respect for, which I have respect. And I'm not going to get on here and act a certain way, and knowing that elders is watching in my family, and I have children and grandchildren. So there's just certain order that, as a queen and a woman, you're not going to see here. And it's not to knock anything that anybody else should do, but that's just the way I was raised. You don't be like that. Have respect, and I do respect my elders, and I do respect my bishops and the people of the floor. And every now and again, we get a little edgy, and I have to say like, whoa, 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 because we're human. And there's times when I may even step out on that ledge a little too deep. But then I have to pull back and say, okay, now, this is a channel, and you don't want to damage your own integrity. You cannot repair your integrity once you damage it. I'm finding some nice things, especially your skincare products. Thank you very much for giving some wonderful advice. And it goes not just to us, in general. I always tell y'all with Sweetie Pie, the way you see me live on this channel, this is the way I live my life. I don't do this for YouTube. This is the way I live my life. And I also deal with a lot of youth. And when I'm dealing with the youth, I always try to deal with them in a way where I can teach them something. And I can give them respect and they can give me respect. And you know how much I do love children. So I try my best to be a role model to a certain point that they can look up to. And be able to, talk to. As y'all, some of y'all met Miss Moody, my 9-year-old granddaughter, and we try our best to teach her how to conduct herself as a young lady, even at 9 years old. It's okay to be a normal child. You're a child, but also know when to push yourself through the gate and show some form of intelligence. We laugh on here, we be silly, we be goofy, but then there's times when you can't just turn it into a circus act. Like every day, we're just acting like clowns. No, we're not going to do that. We're mature, we're classy, and we do have a certain type of energy that we want to come out of our village. And believe me, it will be what we want it to be. Just be patient. Don't be negative because you want to grow. Never grow in negativity. It will not be something you want to be known for a long time. I promise you. Put it like this, I done took that route. It's not about that I ever want to be known for ever again. It's just being negative. And going forward, don't put all cats in the chat because that can spam the chats really high. Yeah, it's okay. I was talking to some of the women of God in here, the different ones, and some of them go through the same thing because they love Jesus and different things. But I tell them, always be firm in what it is that you want. Don't compromise what God has created you to be. There was a time when I first, gave my life to Christ, and I would be around people who didn't understand God, and sometimes I'm almost ashamed to say I wouldn't talk about the goodness of God to them because they didn't want to hear nothing about God. All they was doing was what they was doing. But then I started saying, like if you're ashamed to let people know who he is, don't come when the time comes. He's gonna be ashamed to let people know who you are. It's written and so. And at that point in time, that's when I started to receive him the right way and talk about him and mention to people the goodness of God. And a lot of times when I would do that, people would leave because they ain't really want to hear about Jesus. But then if something was wrong, that's when they would run to me and say, "Can you pray for me?" Oh, well, what scripture can I read for what I'm going through? Or, now they want you to take out the time that you've been trying to tell them to explain to them what they're going through and what they can do to get themselves back on track. Now, every single day, they can call your phone because they want that word of God now because they on their face. Oh, what you said about Jesus? Oh, what I need to do, Jesus? Can you pray for me? Can you pray for my mama? Can you pray for my kids, my husband, my dog? Now you got the attention. And I still pray. You know why? Because I am an intercessor. And he gave me the ability with his anointing to pray for people. So that's why I pray. And even if, somebody did me wrong and they need prayer, I'm going to still pray for you. I'm not going to let you lean on me all day, every day, but I'm going to still pray for you because that's just what I do. Yeah. How do y'all feel as far as, you know, being children of God and, being on YouTube? Do you find it different or, more complicated, or do you find it just the same as everyone else? And then I'm not that one that's on here all day, every day, reading the word or, just being too deep all the time. But then there are times when I come here and he will lay it on me to do something spiritual. And, I don't have a problem with it because it is what it is. Okay. You find it's the same. Okay, maybe for you. I don't. I find that, like, from my personal experience here, that this channel gets more attention when it's more worldly than spiritual. But I don't want that to be what I stand for. I can do worldly stuff, but I don't want to always just be doing worldly stuff because that's not really the way I live my life. When I log off of here, I do still give God my time. I do read, I do praise, I do worship. So I would like to be able to do that on my channel sometime. I'm honored and blessed that He called me one of His children, and YouTube is great because I try to bring smiles and laughter and a listening ear to whom they need it. Amen, pals. I feel you on that. Be right back in 3 minutes for a refill. Okay. I can definitely feel you on that because that's what it boils down to. It boils down to. I think once we get the things that we got to do out of the way, then everything else will kind of figure its way out. And I do like that you show the things that you get, sweetie pie. And I like that you're humble. You take the things that you have and you post them. And you show, like, hey, this only costs this, but hey, it's something that I can use. Because everybody is not fortunate enough to go out there and buy all the more, expensive products or different things. And they have to make it work the best way they know how. And I find that when you're doing that, it works for you. For you to be able to say, like, listen, if you only got $2 and this is something you can use, look, you can buy this. Or if you only got $5 and this is something you can use, you can buy this. Because not everybody can afford to buy all the expensive products and different things, or even if it's down to something simple as a cup. We were talking about doing some things for the channel in time. We'll talk about that deeper, when we have our conference call. And I was telling Pounds, I said, everything that you do don't always have to be something expensive to be a blessing. Sometimes it can be something that don't cost that much, but it's something that folks can use. And that's where blessings come in too. I bless people offline, and it's not always expensive things. Sometimes it might be something that costs $20. But I promise you, if you didn't have a blow dryer or a curling iron, somebody bought you one for $20, you was grateful to have it. If your child didn't have a couple of sweaters or a jacket, and somebody seen one for $19.99 that was decent, and said, "Well, here you go, your child warm now, you're happy to have it." So it's not always the things that cost the most that's productive. And it's a blessing to be humble in that way when you can say, hey, look, this don't cost a lot, but hey, it's something that you may be able to use. I'm trying to find the best deals. I'm trying to make it look expensive. Hey, and that worked too. I think if we had to be honest, most of us have had times in our life where we had to take nothing much and turn it into something. I'm not that one that get on here and try to be something I'm not. I have my days when I can splurge just like anybody else. And I also have my days when I be in them stores just like everybody else saying, okay, let me see how much is this. That's when you start squinting. Yes, I be squinting at that price. Like, let me make sure I'm seeing these numbers right so I don't get up there and embarrass myself. So they not wrong with saving $1. You better save you $1, especially in this day and time if you know it's good for you, because you don't know from week to week how that ball gonna drop. That press, boy, that press something else. One minute they telling you don't worry, and the next minute they telling you they didn't say that. So you better make sure you take care of what you got to take care of. I'm humble and I love my own stuff. Amen. True, Andrea, you're right. You know, they're telling you, oh, you're going to get some more change. Don't you run through the change you have until you get it. I haven't got a stimulus piece of change yet. And not to put my business out there, but I'm just being straight up. So if I was sitting around here messing up my money saying, well, when that come, I'll be all right, I would have been in some serious shape. They telling folks, oh, you don't have to pay your bills. Welcome back. You don't have to pay your bills. You got 2 months to pay them. Why are you going to get 2 months in the hole? Now you down there, everything closed. You can't find nobody to pay your bill. Now you sitting in the dark. You don't have no water. At the eviction situation, they trying to put you out on your key stuff. And no, nobody can put you out till August. Okay, but who want to be put out in August in that heat? They told you this is the hottest month of the year. Now they done put your hot pot out in the street in August with all your stuff. And you out there trying to figure out how you got put out, messing around with these folks telling you, oh, they can't put you out till August. Okay, but August right across the street. Who want to be put out in the hot heat? And you can't depend on how it was before saying, well, okay, if I get put out, I'll go on around into the shelter. They done shut them down. They got folks that took over the hotels too. Ain't nowhere to put you. Then they be telling you some other crap about what they didn't say, and you looking at the footage being played back over and over. Pay attention, stay woke, everybody. True. That's right. Oh, no. I'm telling you, y'all better stay woke. They talking about, oh, don't worry about nothing. Your bills could be 2 months behind. Okay, but you still got to pay them. They making it sound like you got 2 months not to pay your bills. Okay, now if a bill was $50 this month and it's $50 next month, that's $100. And now another month coming, that's $150. And we're talking one bill. So those that's already on a fixed income that's barely making $50 worth, where do you think they're gonna get $150 from for each bill? And then they think they saying something about giving them a little bit of food stamps, but the kids home one day, they eating all day long, because there ain't nothing else to do. So every time you look, "Ma, can I get, Grandma, I want a snack, can I have something to drink?" And you know you better be buying some clean spring waters and distilled waters. You're not letting your kids drink that pipe water if you got a tad bit of sense. You better do like Queen of Six daughter and get out there and get you a Brita so you can try to save $1. My mother always told us that it is better to have and not need than to need and not have. You better testify. That's for pounds. Queen of Six that I paid my bills and I was just thankful God allowed me a way to pay during the pandemic. Thank you, Jesus. You ain't never lied. True, sweetie pie. True, said Andrea. And see, that's the thing. Just because it's a pandemic, don't mean for you to just lose your mind. And I'm going to tell you something else. If they did give you a little piece of change, you really best to be paying your bills. Because as soon as you come running up in them folks' face talking about something not paid, the first thing they're going to say is, what you mean it's not paid? Didn't you get that stimulus package? Didn't you get that little piece of change? And as soon as you go to say, yeah, but they're going to tell you, we can't help you here. You're not eligible. You don't qualify. Now you standing up there looking like buckwheat. It's cold outside. The winter be done rolled around on your behind. You know the cold. But let me tell you, August, as soon as August is over, that winter gonna be blowing hard. And by September, October is by the time that we done got that money together to get you on out in that street. You can't call nobody else to go stay at their house because everybody done messed their money up. They over there trying to knit and pinch and get themselves back on track. Jenny Juice Real, greetings, welcome to the village. So you got to think, you know, they're not going to tell you what the real deal is, but they shouldn't have to. You have to be able to think and say, okay, you know, nothing for nothing is nothing. And they ain't not giving you nothing for free in this world, period. So if they done gave you that little piece of change, they expecting you to move a miracle with it. And if you sit there and jack that money up, hold on to a couple of dollars, and if they gave you a little bit of extra stamps, try to hold on to them too. Because as soon as everything is over, you think you're in a situation now, they gonna open up some jobs and start talking about, well, we still gotta space people out. Half of these people gotta get unemployment. Now you're gonna be back waiting in line for that to happen, and that's gonna take forever and a day. People got car payments to pay, mortgages. And if you live around there in NICA, you already know how they're doing. They'll have you in landlord and tenant court in a minute. He done put a dispossession note on your door in the midst of a pandemic. She didn't pay her rent. You got 14 days. Telling y'all, stay woke. Stay woke. And if you got some children and they working, start letting them know too. Hold on to something. Don't you come in here telling me you don't have no money for this and no money for that, because you still getting something coming in. Be strategic. Let me tell y'all, I love to shop. I love to spend money. I love to vacation. I love to live good. Put it that way. Let's cut through the red tape. How many people like to live good? Put amen in the chat. But you got to know how to live good on a budget. You got some stuff in that house if you used to living good, right? You ain't got to shop all the time, right? Sometimes you got to start going through that closet saying, okay, let's shake stuff out and see what still can get on my body and fit and still be worn for a little while. And if you got a closet full of shoes, some of them probably ain't never even been on your feet. Get them things on your feet and quit shopping. And it's okay to do a little bit of shopping, but hold on to a little piece of that change, because things gonna get real strange in these streets. Then they'll be telling you, well, it ain't nothing we can do. And if you ever been in a situation where you needed resources and you went down there and they done turned you away and you said, well, what I'm going to do? I don't have no way. You don't know what to tell you, ma'am. That's all we can tell you. You're not eligible. Now what you going to do? Do the best you can. Yes. Yes. Stay, stay up close and personal. And I'm going to tell you something else if you're not doing this, right? When you see that news come on, and they doing that update in your town, what's going on, tune in. Things can change from day to day, and you stuck on yesterday news and miss out on everything that just done went on today. So you have to do what you have to do. If y'all don't have Jenny Juice Real, feel free to connect with Jenny Juice Real or each other if you would like to. But at the end of the day, it's all about, and make sure if you come into the village and you're coming to network, at least have enough courtesy to press the like and support the host. Because I see a lot of people coming in my village, and I've been very diligent about being supportive to a lot of people. But if you come in my village and you do not support me going forward, you will be blocked out of here. Because I don't ask for nothing much. But if you come in here, at least have enough courtesy to press the like and give me a little bit of credit for you being in here, networking on my channel. So I'm not, being nasty to nobody. I'm just making it known how I feel, because I see a lot of people come through here and they take and take, but they don't give back. Give back. I believe there's going to be a lot of folks being evicted by Thanksgiving because that was careless doing this year. That was careless during this pandemic. You can bet your last dollar there's going to be a whole lot of people that are going to be in a crisis. And, I just ask God to make a way because I can see it happening already around me. And I just be like, wow, this is crazy. Like, they're not going to give you extra funds. They gave you funds. So if you come down there telling them folks you done messed up and you ain't paid this and you didn't pay that, and if you don't pay the whole bill, at least pay something. Don't just get jammed to where you can't come back. You can't get back out the home. Somebody was telling me, oh, they got programs that if your mortgage gets behind, they'll give you the money for your mortgage. I'm not getting my mortgage behind. I need a roof over my head. I don't know about nobody else. And if you need a roof over your head, you better pay your rent and mortgage too. Then they'll be telling you, oh, whatever they told you they was going to do, oh, we're not doing that no more. Or you don't qualify for this program. Now you done got behind in your mortgage. Especially if you done been paying mortgage 15 years, 20 years, and you got a little short ways to go to finish paying for your house. You gonna let a pandemic stick you in the hole for your house? Make it make sense. Okay, Jenny, that's all I asked for. I don't have no problem with y'all coming in. I've been more than nice, and I'm always the first one to say, hey, y'all connect with them, help them. And then I log off and I have like 5, 10 likes. And I'm like, all these people that ran in and out of here. And I don't ask for much. The least they can do is support the channel. That's all I ask. It don't have to be nothing major. I don't even ask for money on my channel. I can drop my cash app in here every day if I choose to. But I said, what people are really in the struggle. Some people really don't have it. And I don't ever want to make a person feel if you're not able to support the channel, now you're sad because you got responsibilities that you need to tend to. I dropped it for my birthday. It was a blessing, but I don't knock other people for what they do, but I try to be understanding of people's financial struggles. Everybody don't have it. Some people, quiet as it's kept, that little piece of change they did get, quick as they got it, it was gone because they was already trying to scrap. So you have to know how to, get what you can and stick and move. I hit the thumbs up when I came to support you. Thank you, my Andrea. And some of you do. Some of you are diligent, and you really do. But and we're gonna talk about some stuff when we have our conference because there's some things even that I noticed within ourselves that we need to do to make sure that our family is taken care of over here. This point in my life, living good is happening. Living good is happening. Having a roof over my head, and a few things in the refrigerator. You better know it. Yes, love. Yeah, let me tell you something. I used to be that type. Every time I got a penny, it was gone, and I had to learn when we was having issues with our vehicle, when I had to get up all this money because I had to spend everything. And something said, now you were just running through money, just being reckless. You can spend money, but know how to take some of it and put it to the side and say, okay, I'm going to hold this and I'm going to get to this. And when your bills come, just see if you can just pay them in full if you can. And if you can't, put as much as you can on the bill so that if something should go wrong and you call the company, they'll say, well, this is a good customer. We'll work with them a little bit because they've been with us for this length of time. We haven't really had no real problems. Courtesy will allow you a little bit of time to work your way in. And a roof over my head is important. I don't know about yours. Uh-uh. I gotta have a home, honey. That ain't gonna happen. You get to trying to find somewhere to live, especially in this day and time with all we got. Ain't nobody letting you up in their crib. And if they let you up in there, whatever little bit of change you do have, you won't have it when they finish with you. You won't have a dollar to sniff. If they know you don't have nowhere to live, they're going to take everything you got. I'm not in a young age, don't live above your means. That's so true. That's so true. I like nice things, and every now and again, don't get me wrong, I can splurge a little bit, but if I got to be humble and carry my behind up in that dollar store and make it work, oh, I figured out, I know how to go up and down them aisles and say, okay, that looked like I might can use it. That looked like I might can use it. And how many people have went shopping in the dollar store? Got my whole grocery list out of there, and then I went round to the supermarket and just added a couple of meats on, whatever else. Shoot. I tell you another secret. Oh, Dollar Tree is definitely the spot. People will get you high faster than they will do anything else for you. You want to come over here and drink and smoke? Come on. But you tell them you need a place to stay because you done messed up. You ain't going up in there. Come on, you want to get drunk? Come on, I'll give you a couple of beers or come on over here. You drink a couple of daiquiris with me. You done took your money and jacked it up, right? Now you sitting over there calling them. They won't answer no more because they know you done jacked that money up. They sit there going, she ain't getting in here. And if it's a man, you really gonna be screwed up because that's what his calculator done started ringing anyway. And he said to himself, okay, she gonna be calling soon. She gonna want to get in here. It's gonna be time to pay up. It's gonna be time to pay up. You can bet your last dime. You're a man, pals. You know how they do. But I was wrong. Yes. And see, that's the thing. When you go in these dollar stores, you got to make sure that the stuff is actually a dollar. Because sometimes you go in these dollar stores, and when you get inside of them, you be like, hold on now, wait a minute. This stuff is costing just as much as Walmart. Family Dollar is good for that. This is crazy. I need for a place to stay. That is crazy. I need for a place to stay. Have you ever had a friend, and you know how you have a guy friend and he's pretty cool, but then when he sees you don't have nowhere to live and you try to come to him, he start trying to like play himself out of pocket just because you down on your luck. And you be like, wow, who can you trust? I need a little bit of help. You trying to get what you can get out the deal. Come on, buddy. Why are you doing that? You can't just have a good heart and help somebody. People ain't helping nobody today. Everybody wants something for something. And some of the discount stores are too high. Some of them discount stores cost just as much as Walmart and stuff like that. Depending on what you're getting, you might be better off trying to go in one of them clearance houses in Walmart or one of the biggest stores, Target, and see what you can find. Sometimes you get lucky in some of them dollar stores and you get some really good stuff that's good quality. Pounds from Queen of Six. They are part of Dollar Tree, but I always tell people stop calling Family Dollar Dollar Tree because it's not, and it's not. You got that right. They did buy one of them bought the other, but you're right, Queen of Six. They not the same because the prices definitely is not the same. I have three cousins. They are young men and they live with their girlfriends. I will never understand why a man cannot have his own place by the age of 21. If Alex was in here, he would be doing a cartwheel because Alex always talk about how a man needs to be able to stand on his own. And I don't know why that's a turn off. Like I don't like when I meet a man, right, and he have his own place, and then when he meet me, he start trying to move in with me. No, stay on over there in your place. Because now you want to throw me a couple of dollars and move in. No, stay on over there in your place. And I'm going to stay on over here in my place. Right, stay on home. In the 60s, so right. And they'll get over on you if they think you're not too smart, especially if you live in the projects and they think, oh, she only paid about $200 in rent. They'll come and they'll try to willy you. Well, I tell you what, I'll pay your rent. Nah, you ain't just paying no $200 and living here. That's a, no, we ain't doing that. Get on back over there when you paying $1,000 a month until you can figure out a little better price than that. Yeah, they'll try to take advantage of you. Well, you don't pay no light and gas. I'll pay your rent, and I'll give you half on the food. And then you woke up. Yeah, and see, when you living in the projects, let me tell you something. They love to move in the projects on you. They can really save some money, especially they got a good old civil service job, and they cash it in $1,000 paycheck or more every 2 weeks. Oh, they get ready to pay that little bit of rent and pocket the rest of their money and mooch and live off you. Boo. Mm-mm. Going back when you pay that mortgage at. Going back when you pay that high rent at. You ain't coming up with no projects over here trying to get over. Sorry. Hey, everybody got to make it, right? I don't care if you're living in a cardboard box or somebody moving in with you, make sure they helping you better yourself. If you're not bettering yourself, you can stay by yourself. Sounds good. They don't do nothing. Sounds good. Then when oh, I see what you said. And they try to make it sound good, and then when they move in, they don't want to do nothing. But you know what? That's when you put them right on back out. Oh, you here? You want to start acting like you don't want to help out? Get on back out, so he can keep the majority of the money for himself. Yes, for himself. That's exactly what they do. But if you move somebody into your place, you're supposed to have ground rules before they get there and start negotiating finances. It ain't how much rent I pay, how much you got coming in. Okay, how much can you give me where I can still have something and be able to kind of, better myself? Because if you moving in here and I'm still over here trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, you can stay where you at for that. You're gonna just give me $200 for the whole month, and you laying in here sucking down, eating down, and you know what else? Bye. I used to tell my daughter all the time, do not let a man spend the night because the next day he will take off his shoes and he will never leave. And I think he is running the show. And think he's running the show. Nah, bro, time's up. Right, right. Let me tell you, right, don't even leave nothing. You don't live here, get whatever you got when you leaving, and carry on out that door with you. Don't start saying, oh, I'm going to, no, with your stuff. Let me hang it on the doorknob, on the door, you going out. Oh, I was going to just, you can watch those movies later. Sweetie, here, take your movies with you. Because when you go out that door, you carry everything you came in here with, out the door with you. You're not going to start trying to think you leave and stuff. Oh, I was going to just spend the night. No, we don't do that. This is not a slumber party. Mm-mm. There's no spending nights here. Come in time enough for you to get on back around to the ranch where you live at. Because if you let people take advantage of you, they will. And a lot of times you got people, and they don't just go for the men, they go for the women too. They come to your house and see you comfortable and you already what we call ready made. They don't have to buy no furniture. They don't have to really buy too much because you're comfortable. And then they'll come and move in and don't bring nothing but they brown behind. No buy. If a dude say I can pay the rent, being a female should say pay your own rent first. Don't worry about over here. You better know it. You definitely better know it. That is so true. Mr. Pound's right from Andrea. Queen of Six. Rent is affordable housing now is 800 and 1200 a month now. For some people it is. But guess what? If they think they can come in there and mooch and live with you and don't have to pay nothing, they will. And you ever seen a guy, he didn't want nothing to do with you. Long as you were struggling. And the time you got up on your feet and started posting it up on the internet, here he come on your phone. Oh, how you doing? I ain't heard from you in a while. You doing all right? I wanted to come check you out. Don't you come this way. Stay right where you was at. Use that same energy you was using when I was struggling. How about that? That is an ugly version to see a man sitting on the couch, while the woman is at work. Like, bro, what are you bringing to the table besides God in the house? Because I can get a door and do that. Oh no, when I leave, everything goes. No one's staying here. Oh, can I stay here till you get back? Oh no, we don't do that around these parts. And another thing I don't do is let people think that, oh, well, if I keep coming around, eventually she's going to crack and let me start staying. No, no, and no. And if you're having a cocktail, make sure you have it early enough for it to wear off and you can drive yourself home. Don't get over here starting to act up. Oh, I can't get home. You better get out of your car and lay in that back seat. Because I told you before you got here you wasn't staying. Oh, you gonna do me like that? Show is. Right, you could get your dog if you need somebody to be babysitting the house. Mm-mm. And see, when you're young, sometimes you put up with stuff. But when you start getting 45, 50, and 55, and then somebody come, you scraping and struggling, trying to make it over the hump and, you know, live the best you can live. And then here you find somebody who's saying, well, let me help this young lady or man. They're trying to lay on you. You're in the wrong spot, Charlie. I'm sorry, you're in the wrong spot. And it's even worse when you see a woman and she go to a man and he hanging by a wing of a prayer. He done found a way to fix up his little place and get in there. And now here she comes trying to drag all her rags over there. She done drug every rag she owned over there. Then keep on staying. He's like, when you gonna go home? Can I stay a couple? No, go on home, man. Not dealing with that foolishness. No. Then if you let them in, they start bringing their kids. Their baby mama be done got the word. They got a place to stay and it's pretty decent. Next thing you know, doo-doo-doo. Hey, your kids want to see you. Can they come spend the weekend? Now here they come dragging their kids, and you're just looking like, what have I signed up for? Every other thing getting broken down. They ain't used to nothing. They just tear up your house. You just looking like, oh no, what did I get myself into? And he's just a proud as punch. Yeah, these my kids. This was that age. Her name so and so and so. Say hi to my girlfriend. Don't get comfortable, boo boo. Cause y'all get up out of here tonight. Y'all ain't staying tonight. You better call your baby mama and let her know it's been a change of plans. They are here tearing down my whole spot. And if he say too much, he be going back out with him. Some of these men can play the Xbox better than they can fill out a job for a job. I told my daughter, do not be one of these women who fall for the okie doke. Yes, if they will do it to you, they will definitely do it to you. You be sitting there trying to figure out how did I get this low life living on? And then those the ones that most of the time think they sex is good, right? They think that's gonna get them through. And every now and again they catch you on a weeknight. And you be like, oh, now I'll let him spend the night. Now I gotta really try to think of how I'm gonna get him out of here. Then he be in the bed just looking at you. You think he in then. He done put it down that night and you sitting there saying, okay, maybe I'll let him spend the weekend until he out of here. Especially when you haven't had a good weekend in a month of Sundays. He think he be in then, like, okay, I done made it to the weekend. Buddy, that's it. Bye. You got to go. Collect yourself. Collect your stuff and get on out of here. And that's bad, because sometimes people can prey on your, weakness. You ain't had a good hug and a good love in a while. And sometimes it's just stamped on your forehead. Yeah, she looked like a couple of good hugs and kisses. She'll be sitting over here. Yes, sir. Now you got some more dead weight on you. Here he come with all them kids breaking up everything. Monday morning at 6 a.m., you got to go, right? You done started making up a story in your head. Okay, what sound like it might be something I can tell this man. He got to go. Okay, I got the story together. Or you start calling somebody or texting them, tell them to call me and tell me it's an emergency and I got to get over here so I can get him out of here. And when he get out of here, he's not coming back. Right, right. And they want to come late so they could try to stay. If you're not here by 9 o'clock, don't come because you're still leaving at 11 or 12. And if it's the weekend and I like you, you might push it until about 1 a.m. After that, lights out. Treat you like you in a jail cell. If you know how they come around to do the count, okay, everybody, it's time to shut everything down. Now it's time to get your cell and lay down. You're not getting ready to stay up in here. You know how when you're a teenager and your mother be like, okay, your curfew for him to leave is this time. And when that time comes, it's time for him to get on up out of here. And I'll let you know before you get here. You got a 1 o'clock curfew here. So if that may not work out for you, don't come because you're leaving. That's it. Oh, not by my house at 6 p.m. You can't come over. Stay home. Right. Why even come? Now, see, if you work and say you get off about 6, by the time you get home and take a shower, it's about 7. By the time you get over here, you had to drive. It's about 8ish, 9ish. Okay, I can excuse me, work with it. But if you know that by the time you get over here, it's gonna be about 9, and you got to leave at 12 or 1, and it's gonna be a problem, don't come. Don't come because you leaving. And I can't stand when somebody starts trying to make you feel guilty because they gotta go home. Go on home to your place. Oh, come on. I can't stay. You gonna do me like that? I can't even stay a little while. I'm gonna leave at 6. Nah, we ain't negotiate you leaving at 6. You getting out now. If they work, I push it up to 6:30. Then he must gonna come straight from work. My daughter dated this dude who had kids. Next thing you know, both of them waterhead boys with pals. Waterhead boys was over my daughter's house, tearing up everything. I had to come over and lay the law down real quick and easy. Yes. And you know what's worse than that? When they bring them, as soon as they get there, they hungry. Dang, you ain't even feed your kid. You just send them to your baby daddy girl hungry. As soon as they get through the door, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Can I get something to eat? And he looking at you like, well, honey, you gonna feed? Why you ain't stop and get them kids some McDonald's or something? Now he trying to turn you into the stepmama. Then you just meeting these kids. Well, say hi to no, no. Don't tell them I'm their stepmama. Tell them my name is the Queen because they get them out of here. They get them out of here. And when they start breaking up stuff, they getting out of here sooner than you thought. Especially when your kids done grew up and they grown and now hear somebody come with some toddlers. No, I can't date you if you got babies. Not no little ones. The one little boy was crying because he wanted some Fruit Loops. I told him, look, little man, you don't cry over here over Fruit Loops, man. Man up and eat some Raisin Bran. How's your trip? Yeah, but you gotta make it known because I done met some people and I just was talking to them and I was like, this ain't a good look. I done asked you about 6 questions and you done failed every question. But I'm just looking for somebody that I can, get with and no. You just looking for somewhere you can go mooch on somebody. Don't you come back this way. Well, is it okay? Is it okay? Is it okay? No, no, and no. It's not okay. You're not coming back. And don't get them to calling over here. Then the baby mama and seen they got to hook up. So now she's trying to get in with you too. How you doing? How you doing? My name is Cynthia, and I'm the kid's mother. Hi, Cindy. How you doing? And your kids will be back tonight. Don't get on this phone trying to butter me up because we ain't girlfriends either. Next thing you know, Cindy cussing you out. F-U-B. That's one guy was like, you like kids? I said, I love kids. And why I said that, when he was in the car, then he opened the car door and he had about 5 kids. I said, it was very nice to meet you and walked away. Right, 5. And it's like when you got a bunch of kids, they don't even know how to relax until you get in the door good. They start, hi, hi. They're going to be singing every last one of them. I'm sorry. If you got children and they teenagers, we might can flow depending on how respectful they are. Some of these teenagers, you be like, oh no. Let them carry them on home too. They hard-headed and disrespectful, cussing you out and talking all out of order. Don't want to mind. No, get them one out of here too. But if they got some halfway decent teenagers, I may say, well, okay. These they got a little bit of balance. But if they coming through the door like, yo, what's up? Nope, you got to go too. Now get on back out. This little girl was like, can I have your juice? I said, your daddy right there asked. And don't that get on your nerves when people haven't even taught their kids not to beg? Oh, people don't teach their kids not to beg. That's another one of my pet peeves. You weren't gonna beg with my parents. See, for one, my father was a prideful man, and if he felt like somebody thought he wasn't taking care of his house or feeding you, that was a problem. You ain't getting to be out nowhere begging and carrying on. We wasn't allowed to do that. We wasn't those kids knocking on the neighbor's door. You got to come with something. No. You don't have nothing to do without. My daughter said, Daddy, I would never find a husband thanks to you. I said, hush your mouth. Take a shower, take a nap, and love your voice. Stop getting respect, know your worth. Yes, and lower your voice. You have to. You have to. If you sit up here and let them think he was looking for a babysitter from 3 to 6 to 3 to 5. That's right. If they think that they can find somebody, I told y'all somebody was trying to get me to babysit. They small kid. I'm like, I don't know your kid. Well, I'll come and stay until she go to sleep. No. Get your kid and go on. Don't even bring her over here. And I met someone and they had a 2-month-old baby. And I said, well, dang, you just had a baby with somebody. Well, yeah, I wasn't with her when she was pregnant. We were just popping off and she got pregnant. I was like, your baby 2 months, you're going to bring your new 2-month-old infant around somebody that's not her mother. And maybe I'm going to feel like that, but it just didn't set right with me. Like, dang, you can't wait for your baby to get a little older? Sweetie, I'm glad you walked away and left out my 5 kids. Oh, no, right. And then the thing with Sweetie Pie don't even have any children. So just imagine you don't have no children and you get in a ready-made family with 5 kids. Oh, no. We're not doing that. If you got 5 children, you have to really have your life in check. And somebody got to be grown, and it's a few that is out there earning a salary. If you got 5 small children, that's a job for somebody. That's a lot of baggage to take on. And if you can't take care of them, don't take it on. I've never dated anyone or pursued anyone that had more than 2 or 3 kids because I knew that wasn't something I was going to take on. When you bringing all them kids? Oh no, not doorsteps. Well, at least were they all by the same mother? Because at least that's halfway okay if they got a bunch of kids and they all by the same mother, or maybe two. But when you start seeing them down here in North Carolina, you can find that all day long. People with 8 and 9 kids by 4 and 5 different women. I'd be like, oh no, that's too much unprotected sex. Okay, well that was good. That was good. I think I can even lean on that a little harder than when you got all these different kids by all these different women. And, well, y'all, it's been real in the village. I had a great time, and we getting ready to sew it up. We will meet up on Sunday. Y'all have the knock number. Call me tomorrow, and I'll give y'all the information for the conference call. And that way everybody can call the conference call and you won't have to be putting your number in the chat and giving everybody all your information. And that way going forward, so everybody would just call that number when we have a meeting. So make sure once you get it, you keep it. And that way you'll have it and you won't have to worry if something is going on. And when I say what we call in the conference, you know to call that number and put your access code in. So for whoever may have never done a conference call, you'll receive a number. You call that number. They will ask you to put your access code in. You put your code in, and then they will ask you for your name. You give them your name, and then you will enter the room, and then you just take it from there, or whatever the case may be. If the time is at 4 o'clock, try to access yourself in 5 minutes before, so that you can actually, be in there by 4 o'clock when we get ready to start. Try to, log in a few minutes before. 5 minutes after the conference start, the room will be locked, and no one will be allowed into the room until the conference is over. Because once we start talking, we don't want to be interrupted by people coming in and they want to know what's going on. So if you're not on time, you will miss the call, and that's just how that will go down. Good night, everybody. Have a blessed rest. Night, night.